What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the Craziac Show. And today we're going to be talking about the haunting years past of Hurricanes playoff runs, how they've ended, why they've ended, and why we don't have a Stanley Cup with the current core we have here. Frustrating topic, guys. Roll the intro. Chaos. Welcome back, gentlemen. How's it going?
All right. I mean, besides the fact that, we just went to the Toronto game last night, it's been all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hanging in there. I didn't get to go to that game, so I'm hanging in there.
Lucky you.
Hey, I saw the Nashville loss, so y'all had to see one loss eventually.
True. That's true. And we got to meet Mark Jankowski.
This is true.
Which is dope.
Lucky.
He signed my jersey. I'm not wearing it today. I don't know why. Shout out to Jack's roommate. Special guest appearance.
Yeah.
So let's see. We've had, I think we've made the playoffs the previous 6 years before this one. And we've won at least a round, we'll call it, in every single playoff series. That being said, we've only made it out of the Eastern Conference semis twice. And in those two Eastern Conference Finals appearances, we have amassed a whopping 0 wins in 8 games. We are 0-8 in the ECF. Actually, dating back to after our Stanley Cup run, we are 0-12 in Eastern Conference games, in Eastern Conference Finals games.
Mm-hmm.
So today, let's discuss ways we can fix that. See if there's anything that we have this year that leads us to be more confident going into it. And if there are any things that we just don't expect to get better, that could be our demise. Jack, why don't you start us off?
Well, my big thing for the Hurricanes personally is that we don't score enough goals. I think the best year that we've had was last year with the addition of Jake Guentzel. We, instead of averaging like 1 or 2 goals a game, we averaged 3-ish, maybe. Sometimes we would have 4, but we would still end up losing. But we would have more goals. We had more goals with Jake Guentzel, just flat out. But going back to like the Rangers series back in 2020, 21-22 season, like there was 1 goal or 2 goals every single game. And against Florida, we didn't do well. The only game we scored 3+ goals is the last game of the series we lost in the Eastern Conference Finals. So like the whole thing is like, where are we going to get goals from? And I honestly think that slightly changes this year with the additions that we've made. So over the years, our best scorers have always been Aho. We've had Jarvis pretty consistently now. And Marty Natchez was another big one. Svech was okay. But those were our big guys. Those were our like, we're going to get goals from you. So we're looking at them in the playoffs and we're going to see, okay, what happens? Well, most of the time, Aho kind of gets like a couple goals and that's about it. Jarvis gets a couple goals. And that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, they get goals, but you can't carry the team as just like a couple players. You need depth scoring. And the only time that we really had that was 2022-23 Jordan Martinook, because he just went on a tear for no reason.
And Jesper Fast.
Jesper Fast did do that too.
And the depth scoring in 21-22 or 22-23, whatever year that was. I guess it would have been 22-23 when we made the ECF against Florida.
Yep.
Because I was at Philmont during the forever game, we'll call it. I think it was game 1 of the ECF.
Yep.
Yeah, I was in the building for that working. That was awful.
Did you have to stay the whole game?
No, we got to leave after like the second OT, thankfully.
My dad didn't. He was there till the 4th OT ended.
Woo! Ouch.
I was up till the game ended. So
I was too, but for me, it was only midnight my time.
No, I had school the next day and it was 2:30.
Oh.
I had to get up at like 5:30.
Yeah, I remember getting up that next morning and I was like, oh, this is brutal.
It was so bad. Anyways, back to the goals though. This year we've had some notable additions that have been actually scoring. Now, they've been a little bit quiet right now, but keep in mind the Canes are like, whatever, we don't really care. So they'll wake up in the playoffs. That's my assumption, at least. Taylor Hall, addition of him, he has been great. He has been making plays. He's been getting it across, and he's been finishing the puck. He's also been very, he's been going around trying to push people around and get the puck, beat people to it, and playing great that way. Honestly, underrated get back, William Carrier has been really good at just going after the puck, getting it to the middle and getting it for someone to just shoot it. He's not a pure goal scorer, but he's a guy that you'd like to see getting some hits and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Some other players, of course, everyone's favorite guy we just met the other night, Mark Jankowski. Holy crap, he's on a heater. 8 goals in the last 16 games. It's just insane. That's more freaking goals than assists that Kreider has all season. Buddy, how? I don't know what this guy's on. And I don't know how he doesn't have an assist yet with the Canes. But he's been taking it all for himself.
We need the goals, okay? Leave it. It's
I'm
fine.
I'm for it. I'm taking the goals any day. But you got Janko, who's just lighting it up for no reason, which is great, and I love that. And Stankoven, honestly, has been doing pretty solid, as an addition. He's not been scoring a crazy ton, but he's scoring more than guys I don't know, Tyson Jost and the fourth liners. He's scoring
Andrei
more
Svechnikov, if you can hear me, score more goals or I will want you on the bench. You are a goal scorer who does not score. That makes you useless when you're not doing your job.
This is very true. And he has been complaining about this for the last couple of days.
Not good.
As well as other players that have been notable, at least going into the playoffs looking good. Personally, guy getting on a heater right now is Jackson Blake. He has been scoring a lot of good goals.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I wish this would happen. It's probably not going to happen. We have two games left, and Jackson Blake has 17 goals. It would be kind of funny to see him get 20 goal season. Probably not going to happen, but it's pretty close. And for a first season, honestly, really solid. This makes me want Bradley Nadeau. Please come. Anyways, separate video. So those are our main guys. I mean, there's not been too many other crazy scores, but right now, those guys that are scoring have been scoring at a better pace than the guys from last season.
And we've had
the depth scoring has been a lot better.
We've had so much trade deadline scoring. So another key part and postseason failures, we'll call it, not exactly their fault, but in the playoffs, you have to have elevated goaltending. And outside of the Eastern Conference final series against Florida, our goalies need to have been better. I'm not gonna blame Freddie Anderson for the 930 plus he put up in that series because Bobrovsky turned into the second coming of hockey god. But yeah, Noah, do you want to discuss some of the playoff goaltending we've gotten in the last couple of years?
Absolutely. Where do I even begin on this? Because I'm going to first of all say that I don't think fully you can blame Anderson on these past couple of seasons. Really, I don't think you can blame him or Kochetkov. Even though Kochetkov has only played 4 games in the playoffs, I think was our goaltending situation. Go to the goaltending video. It'll be probably linked in the description or something. But our goaltending situation with it has been Freddie has stood tall, but unfortunately our defense likes to do something called crumble when we're in the playoffs and likes to do something called, hey, we're up by 2 or 3 goals. Let's sit back and do nothing. So let's make Anderson do all the work, or let's make Kochetkov do all the work. So truthfully, I don't blame Freddie Anderson, nor do I blame Kochetkov. Do I think we could have won in the last couple of years with Freddie Anderson and Ronta or Freddie Anderson and Kachekov? Absolutely. The Rangers, we should have came back and won that series. But because we sat back in the last game, Freddie Anderson let in a whole entire Chris Kreider gong show, and we absolutely sucked. So, I mean, like I said, goaltending situation, go to the goaltending video and just go watch.
It was tough to watch, man.
But I think personally, like always, like I've been saying the last week or so, is Freddie, you're our number one guy. And as long as we don't get lore accurate Freddie Anderson, you are our main starter. And it is going to be the only starter that we have for now, which is absolutely huge of a thing. It is massive for us to have Freddie Anderson in net. And I think that that's seriously what we need to do. I mean, his numbers too don't lie. So
they don't.
He's only played, what has he played now? Like 25 games, maybe? No, probably not even that. It's probably been like 20.
Oh no, not this season. He's been pretty good. I mean, apart from the last 3, he's been pretty good. But like Jack mentioned earlier, I think we've really stopped trying to win.
Yeah, we don't need the wins right now. We're in the end of it. We don't need them. We've already clinched our spot.
Stay healthy.
We clinched it all. Just stay healthy and just try and get your chemistry up a little bit. That's all.
Stay healthy. Get in the kitchen ice time.
Yes. All right. I am going to calmly talk about the main disaster of the Carolina Hurricanes playoffs the last 3 years. So last year we had a competent power play and a best in the league penalty kill. Against the Islanders, we were red hot. Amazing on the power play. And amazing on the penalty kill. We play the Rangers, and down it goes. Against Florida, no scoring, none. No power play goals, no shorthanded goals. We didn't give up a lot of power play goals, but in a series that's that tight, you need to score on the power play. Then there was the year that we didn't win a single road game because our power play couldn't score on the road. It's not good. And the trends right now lead me to believe that if we cannot get it together versus the Devils, we will be first-round exits for the first time in the Rod Brindamore era. That cannot happen. I am rant over. Please fix the power play. Please. I do not want to have to post another graphic of me pointing this way, screaming something about the power play. I don't.
It should. No.
Fix it, please. You know what? We've been hot on the power play going into the playoffs the last 3 years up until this year. So maybe this year will be the opposite. Maybe we'll have a terrible power play going into the playoffs, and miraculously, woohoo, it gets better.
That's what I've been saying, honestly, since earlier this season. Normally, what we've been doing is we get hot in, like, January, February. That's when we start getting hot. The team gets hot, like, way earlier in the season, and then it starts going into the playoffs, and then as soon as we get to the playoffs, it's like, there's no more.
We're not doing that this year.
Like, the problem is that this year we got hot when? Oh, we didn't get hot in February. We didn't get hot in January. We got hot right after the trade deadline starting in March. So, does that mean that we played, like, lights out hockey since then? No. It doesn't mean that we played lights out hockey, because we sure haven't played lights out hockey. But we did have an 8-game win streak? 10?
Eight game win streak when we needed to win, and, like, we got 3 wins after that. With the loss being against Washington, or with the win being against Washington to get us into the playoffs, we have won a single game since. Ironically, against the Rangers, which is hilarious because we got to boot them out of the playoff picture because of it.
I'm thinking that we didn't care about the rest of the games, and we just wanted to put it back in
We just wanted to save all the goals and just beat the mess out of the Rangers. I love it.
I'm fine with that.
I am too. All right, guys, you got any closing remarks on here?
This is the first year. Wait, hold on. This is the first year that I believe it's the Bruins, the Rangers,
and the Penguins.
There's like 3 other teams that have made it so consistently, and they're out of the playoffs this year. But they are finally out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which is actually massive for us. That is a massive thing
For the
us.
first time in history, the Rangers, Bruins, and Penguins missed the playoffs in the same season. NHL
Huge.
history. That has never happened before.
I don't know how that hasn't happened before.
Also, I'm throwing a dig here because I want to. Hey, Rangers fans, you want to talk about your franchise being all successful and stuff? You have won a singular Stanley Cup since the end of World War II. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
You're also an original 6 team.
With 4 cups. Again, 3 of those being before World War II.
Their last Stanley Cup they won was in 1994.
I wasn't even alive yet.
You had 1. That was the one.
Shots fired. Enjoy Cancun. See you guys next time. Until next time, guys, stay crazy.